In this video, we're going to take just a couple of minutes to talk about errors in Node.js. So we're going to take our working program and we're going to break it, generating an error message. Then we'll look at its structure and figure out how we can use the information it provides us to easily figure out where in our program things are going wrong. And my hope is that this very short video can save you much more time in the long run by making it easier for you to find the issues in your application. So down below, we're going to take our working app and break it by making a change that's going to cause an error to show up. To do this, I'm going to change the code in Save Notes. Right here, we create a data.json variable, and then we reference it, writing its content to a file. All I'm going to do is change the uppercase s to a lowercase 1. That's going to cause the script to crash, as we're trying to reference a variable that's never been defined. Now let's go ahead and actually run the program to see the error message we're going to get. Down below, we have to use a command that would actually have save notes get called. That could be remove or add. I'll just use add. So node app.js add. I'm going to add a new note with the following title. I'll use something like error message. Then I'll set up my body as well. And right here, I can just use run it. Perfect. Now, if I run this, it is going to have the effect of running save notes when it tries to save our newly added note to the data store, and the program is indeed going to crash. So let's go ahead and hit enter to generate the error message. Now, if we scroll up, we can break this down, and the most important piece is right here, after a new line, maybe about 4 or 5 lines down. This is the actual error message. This is the explanation from V8 as to why your program couldn't run. In this case, it is a reference error, which is a whole category of errors, and it has an explicit message. Data.json is not defined. So this is letting us know exactly why things failed, but it's not really letting us know why. So it's still going to be up to us to figure out what's going wrong. Is data.json not defined because I've misspelt it? Or is it not defined because maybe json.stringify didn't give us back what we thought it was going to give us back, so when we referenced it later, it broke? So it'll still be up to us to really work through the problem that caused the error, but the error can get us to the right part of the code. Now, below the message, what we just explored, we have a stack trace. This contains a trace of all of the functions that are running to get to this point in the code. And you'll notice the first line right after our message contains the call to save notes. So it's saying that we are at save notes, and it points to the correct file that is in Notes app. It is called notes.js, and it even points to the line and the column. So line 56, column 36, that is exactly right here where the problem occurred. So that first line after your message contains the most useful information in the stack trace. As we go down the trace, we typically tend to get less actionable information. From here, we can see that save notes was called by add note, which was true. That was called by handler, which is true. Handler being the method we defined in app.js on line 25. And if I go over there, that's exactly what we're going to see. We have our handler method, and on line 25, we do indeed call add note. So it's save notes to add note to handler, and then after that, we start to get into the internals. In this case, a lot of these are coming from yargs. We can see things related to run command, parse args, parse, and others. And the further we get down the list, the closer we get to the node internals, which in this case are these last 3. So when we're looking at the stack trace, we want to start from top to bottom, as the top contains the most explicit pertinent information related to the error. That's where I'd like to stop for this video. You now know a bit about how to work with error messages and how to use the Node debugger to debug your Node applications using the Chrome developer tools. These are both techniques you can now use throughout the rest of the class to fix your issues faster. Now, you're still going to make issues, that is expected and completely normal, but it does get better over time. As you get more comfortable with Node, you'll make less and less issues for yourself to solve, and the ones you do create, you'll be able to solve faster. But like everything, it is a skill set that needs to be built up over time. We're going to start to talk about asynchronous development in the next section, so let's go ahead and jump right into that.